Welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute. We'll discuss movies in the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Brian Lockhart.
I'm Jack Perry.
Happy Friday, everybody. We made it to Friday, and we've also made it to minute
20. God, oh, how the tables have turned.
Right? I lost my confidence.
How the turns have tabled.
And the shoes on the other foot now.
Yeah.
No, the shoes on the other hand now.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, we've reached minute 120.
2 hours. That's 2 hours in actual movie time. And this is what math looks like, folks.
Yeah, as you said, 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
Wow. So 1 minute 120, and we begin the 2 hour mark with a bunch of Marines shooting into. Well, actually, I would say a bunch of Marines clearing the fort by just shooting into it.
Yeah, indiscriminately.
Yeah. But if you notice, Aponte is standing there still barking commands, and I don't know how they realize it because I don't really hear a lot of dialogue,
Uh-huh.
but they start coming out. Like you could see, like they stop shooting, and you could tell that they're surrendering. Now we hear a lot from our guys: get them out of there, move it, get your hands up. You know
Yeah.
that's especially from Ring. He's commanding a lot of orders.
Yeah.
So so you see the guys come out, they got their hands up. They do have their weapons above their head. And if you notice, one guy comes out and it looks like he was shot in the gut.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his shirt off though, so he might have been shot from before, and they were just
Yeah,
up there. This was their lighthouse.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole other movie where they were pinned down by the Marines
Yeah.
in their armor.
Yeah. Well, in their defense, though, if I was sitting at home and somebody threw a smoke grenade through my window, 2 grenades, and started shooting and demanded I come outside, I'd probably be a little inclined to do the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like again, some of them did have their like shirt half on, so they probably thought they were secure up in there, and they were
Yeah.
just ill prepared.
Yeah, they needed a post guard someplace. They'd have seen him coming up over the wall.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like they were just totally caught unaware. They must have just thought they were in a remote, secure place. Maybe
Mm.
they were so focused on the water and protecting the port instead of actually protecting the village behind them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a guy on top of the fort right now trying to put some wires back together.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean they pretty handily and easily get these guys to surrender. I did notice that somebody is yelling "Vamonos" and "Arriba, Vamonos."
Hurry up.
So yeah, which I mean I know from Dora the Explorer, so they're take that Spanish class.
Yeah.
That's Spanish class 0, Dora the Explorer 1.
Yeah.
Come on, Vamonos. I know we're gonna get to it. Where's the backpack? Oh, Aponte's got the backpack. He's like, backpack, backpack. I'm calling in an airstrike. No, they didn't have
What
a
are you
map.
doing watching Dora the Explorer? We
On the
need to
map.
explore this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's not apparent, I am a parent, so I am aware of Dora the
Oh,
Explorer.
oh no, I didn't have to deal with any of that nonsense. I had Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, see that one was before my time.
Oh, see, we dodged Barney. We got Bear, and Bear was awesome. Like I would actually watch Bear. They actually had a poop. They had a poop episode on Bear, where
What was it called?
everybody
was
poops. Yeah,
yeah,
oh, it's been so long ago, man. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is all right.
well, was it called "Does a Bear Shit in the Woods"? Was that the
And,
name of it?
it was like a little puppet rat. Like I'm going poop, Bear, shaking. uh,
That's good stuff.
yeah, everything. Yeah, it's awesome. Jim Henson.
Oh, okay. Well, that I would say that was almost like the conversation we had right before we started recording.
Yeah, everybody. I got hit by a wave of goosebumps.
I'm going poop, Billy.
They're me and they're shaking. Little feet's a kicking.
1 moment.
Hold, please.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you got 2 Marines in here hanging out recording. If you're gonna have to deal with this is light. This is
Yeah, this is nothing.
yeah, this is amateur hour.
Well, speaking of amateurs, it looks like our professional Marines take care of these amateur. I got nothing there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, how about less than professional Cuban soldiers?
Terrible segue.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, they get these guys lined up, and they don't seem to be helping the injured guy, which is totally fine. Get them secure before you get them treated. But they all line up and point their weapons at him, and Ring basically he calls Corporal Jones. Yes, sir. Move them out. You heard the man. Move them out.
As they start coming out, Gunny just looks around, puts his rifle down, and just plops his ass down. He's like,
Oh
"I'm
yeah.
done."
I mean, yeah. They. I mean, the guys were coming out. It was basically done.
Yeah.
But they weren't all secure and lined up just yet. He's like, "Yeah, these guys got it."
Yeah, they're in good shape.
Again, we didn't get a lot of dialogue this minute. It was mostly Lieutenant Ring, just what I just read
Right.
or said out loud, but, Gunny should have been like, "I'm getting two for this shit,"
Yeah.
like, 'cause that's exactly what his kinda attitude is right there, like, "Oh, it's all secure. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna light me a stogie."
Yeah, I'm gonna have a smoke break. Oh, they actually did send a couple of them in there. Okay, cool. All right. I was like, man, that's like not good that they didn't just go ahead and visually inspect that area for any other bad guys. But it did look like somebody poked his head inside.
Yeah, how many movies, especially war movies, you see where it's like, "Oh, this town's secure," and then there's like a lone sniper that takes out half of them.
Yeah. 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 The guy's sitting there and he's like red mist or pink mist.
I think it was Jones and Forgetti because they were too close to the door. I think they went in, but they don't. The way it's filmed, you then focus on
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood as he's like taking his cover off. He's just kind of relaxing. I don't think he hadn't grabbed the stogie yet. But then all of a sudden, like when you look back, you could see Jones kind of come up as Ring calls for him. So it's like you don't see them come back out of the building. You just have to assume it was very quickly they went in. Yep, it's probably. I mean, these forts really aren't. I mean, the forts can be big, but, like, this section of it may have just been, like, a
Yeah.
room, you know?
Yeah, and then probably the way it was filmed too. They filmed things like out of order or whatever, just to get to the next part. Like, all right, cut. All right, now there's Gunny smoking. All right, cut. And then Lieutenant Ring, do your thing. And Jones.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, and for all we know, I mean, like it said, they filmed it, and it's just you don't need it, so it's cut. It's just a
Yeah.
quick cut there. But, yeah, I mean, they secure the hill. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they were all do. "Let's take this fucking hill." And Clint Eastwood has a victory stogie that Cuban that he took off a dead body earlier.
Yeah. They should have been all mashed up.
The building yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be something? But, like, he should have pulled it out, it's all smashed. He's like, "Typical," you know?
Yeah.
The building's smoking, and so is Gunny, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's this movie. I mean, of course, it's the spaghetti westerns, but then it's this movie where I always kinda associate Clint Eastwood with the cigar,
Yeah.
and honestly, I wouldn't say I mean, there's been plenty of movies that I've seen him in that he doesn't have a cigar, but this is another one of those.
Manly man things.
Yeah, it's not even like an iconic scene, but just I've seen enough still footage of this minute and of several after where he's still got the cigar,
Yeah.
where it's just kinda like it just resonates with me as far as, it's kinda like he's Wolverine with his stogie, that
Yeah.
type of and so here he is, yeah, just puffing away. And I like that him and Jones have a little moment just as the minute ends
Yeah.
where Jones nods at Gunny, is like, "Yep, we did it, whatever," and that's it. It's just a little nod and a smile as Jones passes Gunny. You could just see the total change in their relationship and
Yeah.
dynamic by the end of Jones is 100%, well, he's already has been. We've already seen plenty of, demonstrations of it,
Mhm.
examples, but
Yeah.
actually, not only that, not only is it like a mentor-mentee type thing, but it's
Picked up
they're
the
almost
torch.
yeah, they're kinda like I wouldn't they're not equals, but they're on more of equal footing. There's mutual respect, you
Yeah.
know? Even though we don't see Clint Eastwood's reaction to that because it's a quick nod and it pauses, friends.
Yeah.
But it's
There
just
might be a
it's
little there might be a little snippet in the next one where he's like, yeah.
yeah, it's a little follow-up to it, but I like that little bit. Nothing has to be said. You don't have to have a big speech where he's like, "I respect you, Gunny."
Yeah.
Or
Blah.
or like Or like on Anchorman when he's like, "I hate you, Ron Burgundy, but goddamn do I respect you."
Yeah.
Although that actually should have been a dialogue between, Powers and Gunny.
Yeah.
Powers should have come along to him and was like, "I hate you, Gunny, with all my life. God, do I respect you."
Yeah.
Like, that could have been their arc.
Yeah. Come full circle.
Yeah.
It'd been funny if Jones nods at Gunny and like, "Yeah, we did good," and then shows Gunny his own wallet, like,
Yeah.
"I stole your wallet."
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Again.
Yeah. "You owe me."
Yeah.
It'd be nice if after that little moment, when they get back to the States, Gunny Jones' new earring.
Yeah. He'll pierce it with a hammer. It's like
Or do you think in the future, because if we continue to like in my opinion, they should do a sequel where Stitch Jones comes back in the new Gunny, you know? And it's like a sequel remake. I think we've kinda hinted at that before.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of that movie, Stitch Jones should die, and then, like, maybe if Gunny's still alive, he could show up at the funeral, and then they'll have it, like, at a lake, and then what they'll do is
Oh,
they'll have a, like, little
Jesus
wreath.
Christ, no!
They'll have a
Ah,
little wreath, and all the recon will be there,
I should have known. I should have known where you were going with this. And yeah, okay, go ahead.
and Gunny could put, like, the earring on the wreath, and it could go out into the lake, and it'll say proof that Stitch Jones was or some shit like that. Maybe the earring and an Eagle Globe and Anchor together,
Yeah,
and it was like
yeah. And the little
proof that
chuck
Stitch
of
Jones
Stitch's
wa
ear.
was a rock and roll Marine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a callback.
yeah. Come.
Or like, yeah, if Gunny visits Stitch Jones and he kinda blows him off because he's like, "Yeah, it's been you, Corporate Jones," all that, kinda like their relationship was early on. He just treats him that way, but then Stitch leaves and Gunny then just longingly looks at the earring that he still has, like he pulls out of his pocket. It's like, no, he does still love.
God. Oh, Gunny's probably got like one of those little serial killer boxes where he keeps a trophy. So he's probably got like a dozen earrings. Like this is not the first time
Oh,
he's ripped an earring out.
yeah, he was in Vietnam, so do you think he, like, has an earring necklace? I mean, not an earring, like, an
Yeah, but an
an
earring
ear
ring. Yeah.
yeah, so maybe that was the thing, like, because that's, it's frowned upon, it's not really a good thing to do. So, maybe that's his, like, compromise is he takes everybody's
Yeah, a little wink, wink. Yeah.
like, "Oh, this reminds me back in the day."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Gunny's quite that easy.
No. Yeah.
Jeez, I know it's a short episode, but, do you have a lot that you wanna talk about this?
No, not really. Not pertinent to the episode.
Yeah, I know. Well, we got, Gunny keeping earring souvenirs because he murdered people. I think, it's probably time that we don't have much to say about this particular minute. There's really not,
Yeah, we've really peeled this character apart, man. There's really not a whole lot left of it. Now we're creating shit for him to have done in his past. Like,
right?
no, that's too boring. No, he used to. Yeah, he was a serial killer, and he kept trophies like earrings and.
Yeah. Yeah, once he killed once, he got the taste for it or something, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, alright, before we savage, Clint Eastwood and Gunny Highway's character too much, let's call it a Friday. What do you say?
That sounds good to me, man.
Alright, well, because it's Friday, please, everybody, go check out moviesbyminutes.com. Take a look at Star Wars Minute, the people kind of responsible for this whole format, and then come back on Monday, join us for 121. But I guess also before that, I mean, I guess you can find us for all our social media. Of course, we got the Podbean site for to get to the podcast directly. Found on pretty much every podcast platform at this point. I think we're available on and Instagram, Marina Pod, Twitter, MC_podcast. You can find us on the Quarter Deck on Facebook. Do search for the Marine Corps Movie Minute. We will find us. Please join the conversation. We do enjoy it. The feedback and comments. Just thanking everybody for listening. Sergeant Perry, move them out.
Raw.
Smirk and a nod.
Yeah, smirking and nod.